grand old time.
Love you all more.
I'm
I'm
so nervous.
I'm just so thankful for what's been going on. Oh, I think we're ready. I think we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, Stream Queens Con Black History Month. We're claiming our time day 2. Yes, how are we doing today? We are here this morning with some amazing Black people here to talk about what's like to what our favorite things, entertainment that are Black. Because as we all know, Black people have been the trendsetters and go-getters in entertainment for what feels like forever. All right? And if you don't know, you're gonna know, especially today, because we're gonna educate you on the topic, okay? So before we get started, let me introduce myself and the panelists. Hello, everyone. If you don't know who I am, my name is Aphasia. I go by Aphasia Speaks here on Twitch.tv, variety drag streamer, proud member of Team Stream Queens, and most importantly, Black content creator on this platform. Okay? Black queer drag streamer. Get it to that. Okay? My pronouns in drag are she, they. Out of drag are any. You can find me streaming on Twitch 3 days a week at twitch.tv/Aphasia Speaks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I like to have a good time on my channel. We're going to talk about some really fun entertainment stuff and some nerdy shit because I am a giant nerd as I wear my Marvel t-shirt today. So, like, work. I'll let my panelists introduce themselves, starting with Boy Spice Gaming.
Hi, Boy Spice Gaming. I obviously am a big fan of the Spice Girls. Obviously, that's what my name's from. Mel B is my queen. I also stream here on...
I'll tell you a story later. Probably after you. Okay,
I also stream here on Twitch at Boy Spice on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And yeah, I am a big nerd too. I'm a variety streamer. I play Apex, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, Rocket League, all kinds of games, whatever games even if you have a suggestion, I'll play that too. Pokemon. We play everything on this channel. Yeah, and that's my gig. That's my dish.
Variety, baby. We love it. Yes. We're going to move right along to the stunning and so sweet Cauliflower. Hi.
Hi. I'm Cauliflower. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch as well. I'm a Black content creator. My pronouns are she, her. I really like Overwatch. I'm getting into Sims. Oh no. I'm kind of obsessed. And yeah, you can catch me on Twitch kind of whenever right now, but that's me.
Yes. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to talk to you. I love you so much.
I love you.
We're going to go on down to the stunning and beautiful Hermaphrodita. Hello. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm good. Hi, everyone. My name is Hermaphrodita. I am from Colombia. I'm an Afro-Latina, very proud, especially to be Black. And yeah, we're here. We're queer. I'm usually streaming. My Twitch channel is her_Hermaphrodita. I am also a variety streamer. And yeah, I use a lot of Spanglish because, Spanish is my first language. But here we are trying in this panel and getting my thoughts together to share my thoughts about what it means to be Black in all this community and why we're proud of it. So let's enjoy it.
Yes, love it. I can't wait. I can't wait to get your perspective on living in Colombia and being Black and Latina. It's gonna be so amazing. I love it. Okay, then we're gonna move right along to the oh so powerful superhero looking Kenya. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you? My name is Kenya Moanhart. You can find me on twitch.tv/Kenya Moanhart. Yes, mama, she is 6 foot. She is a glamazon. Big hips, quick wit, and a wig from Amazon, girl. She give it to you every month. Okay, and if you cannot tell, she is proudly chocolately melanated, all right? Honey, I'm not ashamed of it. We play Mario, Pokemon, Animal Crossing. Hey, if you tip me right, girl, I'll play whatever you need me to. Okay?
Yes. Speaking of tip, y'all, before I get to our last panelist, once again, we are, kind of trying to collect that cuentadas for all of our panelists throughout the whole con. So if you see the exclamation point rep in chat, go and click that link. You can tip all the dolls this whole weekend because we're trying to get our money worth because Black History Month, and I'm trying to get that, I'm going to say this, that white guilt money, okay? So, yeah, I'll go ahead and take a sip too. Hold on. I'll wait. Refreshing. All right. And then to finish off, we're going to go over to one of my sweetest people I've ever met on Twitch. So fun, so amazing. If you see them in your chat, please, please, please give them all the love. Is Rathi Yunfeng. Hello, Rathi. How are you?
Hi, Phasia. I'm good. Hello, everyone. My name is Rathi Yunfeng. Call me Rathi Cody Feng. My pronouns are he, she, they. I'm a variety gay black streamer here on Twitch. We play games such as Persona, Dead by Daylight, Final Fantasy, wide variety, and also aspiring makeup artist. We've been doing this for 6 months, and here we are. Thanks to the lovely, amazing artists here on Twitch. This is what we get. So if you like what you see,
Look, if you're doing this for 6 months, you got that amazing ass cut crease with that white, I'm doing something wrong.
yeah.
Okay, like,
You feel me?
I mean, but I learned from you though.
bitch, you were coming for the gig, okay?
I can never.
If I see you in another 6 months doing high kicks and dips and flips,
Not dips, kicks, and flips, honey.
back to the wig, okay? I'm throwing some pearls out on the ground. I cannot be having this conversation. I love you, but I'll take you out, okay?
She said there can only be one.
Only be one. Okay, so thank you for being here. I so appreciate you guys so very much. And with that, let's just jump on into it. So as we all know, being black and being on any kind of platform is a huge deal. And entertainment in particular is worldwide and widespreading. Okay? Even like to even think that we are on here right now doing this on the internet, people are actually considering her watching us is a huge deal. Because we all know, even 30, 20, 15, 5 years ago, this has been almost impossible to do. So today we're going to talk about all the amazing Black people entertainment throughout the years, our favorite moments, our favorite shows, things that resonate with us that we've seen growing up, entertainment. And we're going to talk to you about it as well. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys can watch some of the things that we talk about. Because I know I have some suggestions I know most people I know have not seen. So like we're going to talk about that as well, okay? So jumping into my very first question. Oh, actually, hold on. Before we start, I got to tell Boy Spice about this story real quick I had with Mel B.
Yeah.
So I live in Las Vegas and I work at a show out here on the Strip, okay? And it was like 2.5, 3 years ago when they were, just wrapping up with America's Got Talent and Mel B went to town. I saw she was on Twitter. It's like, oh, she's in Vegas. Like, whatever, cool. Everyone comes through here. No big deal. She came to my show because two of the performers, some of the performers in the show went on America's Got Talent. And they were still on the show. She went to go visit them. And when I tell you, okay, it was December, okay? I know I live in Las Vegas, but it does get like cold here. It was like 42 degrees that night and windy, okay? This bitch comes strolling up in some booty shorts and like a sweater, legs long as hell, she had some kind of glitter bronzer, and she looked like a golden piece of chocolate. And when I tell you, she smelled so good.
I'm glad she smells good.
Like, she was absolutely wasted. Oh, she was so sweet.
They won't want to be drunk.
Look, she was dealing with being away from her manses, where that was going on at that point in time in her life. And she was there having a good time. And there's an act in the show where there's like water. So we had to go down there, clean up all the water. I was right in front of her. She's like, "Oh, honey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Clean up." She's like, "Not you." And she looks back to the white person up on the aisle. She's like, "What about them?" And I was like, "You can talk to my manager about that, but like, I love you." And then afterwards, I got pictures with her. She was all over me. She's so sweet, so amazing. So if you ever get a chance to meet her, she's absolutely stunning. So like, work. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Anyway, that's what
I love that story. Listen, anyone has stories about any of the Spice Girls, listen.
If I have more Spice Girl stories, I will definitely tell you though.
Yes.
All right, so besides that, as you know, talk about a Black entertainer, let's talk about some more. So, let's just jump into it. I have some questions over here. So, as we know, we're all young, we're all millennials, okay? So we've seen a lot of things going on from like the late 80s to the 90s to now. So I want to know, when was the first time you're watching TV, movie, music, reading a book, a comic book, whatever it was that you saw someone that looked like you in some form of media? So let's go around the circle. Let's start with Boy Spice.
I obviously mine was the Spice Girl. Mel B was the first one.
Yes.
Besides, it would be the Black Ranger, probably from Power Rangers, because I was like, okay. Yeah, Mel B was probably the first one I've seen. My earliest memory, I'm pretty sure it's a dead ass memory, because my mom told me about it too. Is I was in a car and I knew that Spice Girl song came on. I was like, what, like 4, Wannabe came on, and my dad tried to change it. I was like, oh no, that's that black lady. You cannot change the song. I don't care if you don't like it, Dad. I don't care if you listen to Tupac. We're gonna listen to Mel B, and then you can turn to Tupac after that.
I love that. You're like, this is a strong bitch. I'm gonna listen to her.
A strong black woman. Yeah.
You said this motherfucker can wait.
Yeah. I was like, Tupac's already dead. He can wait. I'm kidding.
We trying to get canceled already. I'm so sorry. It is too early in the morning. Okay, anyways, whatever. It is what it is. It has been said. Okay. Flower, what about you?
Well, me being the late 90s baby I am, it was funny that you mentioned Jill Scott earlier, because my mom, when I say I heard that music come on Sunday mornings, I was like, oh, well, I know what time it is. I got to start cleaning.
Exactly.
As soon as I heard it, and I was up ready to clean. Like,
you hear that first beat of "She just ran across my car." You said, "All right, here comes the vacuum. I gotta get going."
Living my life like it's golden. I was like, oh
not living my life.
You know, the bleach is out.
Literally, I probably smelled the bleach before I heard the song. Honestly,
I love that though. That's so fun.
Oh man.
Work. So, her. What about you? When did you feel that you saw yourself in something or heard something that was like, "This is me"?
Well, in my case, I feel it was a little special because, like, when you're Latino, you're like, there is diversity everywhere. So you kind of feel like, okay, I feel represented in this certain way with this person. But also at the same time, you would see some of the representation being more as a joke. So I was just like, wait a second, how am I being represented this? The only time that I felt like this is someone or it's something that I can feel like that could be me was when I watched That's So Raven, like for the first time. Because I was just like, I mean, I didn't have Disney Channel all my life, so I could only see like 2 or 3 episodes, but I was just like, there is a black girl who is the main character of the show. That never happens, you know? Because here there is like, yes, there is a lot of black people because we're all mates and stuff, but there is nothing like the black girl is the main character or the black person in general. It's always like the psychic, even like here in Colombia and everywhere in the world. So I was so like, this person, I want to be her. I want to have powers to like, just like her. I want to be cool. Like, I wanted to be Raven just when I saw that, just because she was the main girl and it wasn't a joke. And that's when I felt the moment that I felt represented, and I loved it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, Raven. That's Raven is an iconic TV show.
Yeah.
I personally feel like That's Raven like brought Disney Channel back to where it was, because it was like kind of sticking for a while, and That's Raven came back, and it was like, oh, these Disney kids aren't what they used to be anymore. You know,
Yeah.
like Raven was doing the damn thing. She was like, she acted, she sang, she danced. You know, she's
Cheetah Girls.
The Cheetah Girls. Oh my god. Cheetah Girls is iconic.
The Proud Family.
Yes. So look, Disney Channel had it so right for so long, and then just like veered off back to the white side, and I was like, no, we got to bring this back. And then like Zendaya came in with Shake It Up, and I was like, okay, are we back? Are we here?
Right.
And then Zendaya said, I'm done, bye. And I was like, okay, so I'm done. When Zendaya left, I left. And I was like, I gotta go. I gotta follow. I gotta go follow the new queen. I gotta go. Okay. But thank you. Yes, I can't wait to hear more about what it's like going to Colombia. I'm so excited. Kenya?
I would say for me, I would say there's probably like 2 moments, because, you know, there's for me specifically, there's a moment when you realize you're a queen, and then you realize you're a queen of color. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So there was the moment I realized I was a queen was when 2003 June 17th when Beyonce dropped that Dangerously in Love album, and I too was dangerously in love with that album. Cause girl, when I tell you I would listen to it, I was just like, I am in love with you too. Ooh, you set me free. Like that's when I knew I had that performance ability in me. Because I had to get that out the way, girl. I had to do that. I had to do the thing. Now I knew I was a queen of color. That's when I started watching like the first season, like the Law season, what they call it, of Drag Race. And I saw the one queen, of course, who was proud in like strong in her melanin was Bibi Zahara Benet, who was an African queen. Yes. And she stayed true to her African heritage the entire time. And there was not like seeing that as like a young queer kid, I was like, oh, I don't know what that is, mommy, but I'm doing that. I'm gonna be there. So that was like this all like the whole, as they call it, like 360 moment for me where I realized that, oh, I can actually be for others what other people are for me, which is like a role model.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. That's so stunning. I love that. Rothy?
For me, the moment, and I regret to say I forgot the name of the show, but this is me as a kid. There was a show on Nickelodeon that had two brothers.
My brother and me.
And I saw myself as the little brother. Like I saw myself in him.
Rothy, why do we have the same answer? We have the same damn answer. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you finish though, okay?
But honestly, then like I see myself in him. But then growing up, ironically enough, I actually saw myself in the Parkers as Kim, more for a specific moment that Miss Parker was being like the choir director, and it's like, oh, Kim, sing my song. It's like she sings the wrong song, not the song probably for church. And sure enough, I actually was walking to church with my grandmother, like, hey, since you're directing the choir, can you sing this song? She was like, what song? I was like, and she looked at me, I was like, as we slept the night away? No. So that moment correlating to Parker's, like, to me, that was a really, like, I related to that. It's like, in a way, like, I felt, wow, like, this actually hit home. Unironically enough.
I love that.
So those are two things that really like stand out to me. Like that show. Thanks for reminding me what the name of the show was.
I got you, because like myself, growing up, like in the early 90s, it was so hard to find like shows that had kids that looked like me. And then Nickelodeon said, here's a show about two young Black kids in their suburban home with their parents. And that was like me and my older brother. So like us getting together, watching Nickelodeon every Saturday on the big orange couch. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Okay, getting with my mom, had a bowl of popcorn. We used to have a whole thing. We used to watch my brother and me. And it was like, wow, this is me and my brother. Like it was us. And I was like, this is so amazing. And then we like progressed on to like Keenan and Kel, which I was like, I saw myself there as well. And I was like, it's funny. They're like of now, and it was so amazing. And it's like, I see, like, this is me. And then like kind of piggybacking off what Kenya said is like watching Drag Race, I was like, I saw these people. But then when I saw Latrice was my moment, because I am a full-figured woman, okay? And seeing Latrice on that runway, on the challenges, serving it every time. Even when she wasn't like the best, she was believing in herself. She was selling the moment. And I was like, that's who I want to be. Like, this is someone who looks like me, who acts, you know, who like is the same like person, you know, like in like a spirit, like spiritual wise. I was like, Latrice is where it's at for me. And so I started doing drag because of Latrice, honestly. I was like, you know, I want to be that to somebody else out there later on in the world, you know? It's like, if I ever get a chance to have a platform, which thankfully I do, being on Twitch, it's like, I want people to come to me and it's like, oh, I see you, you're valid, you know, I want to be like you know? And so that's like my personal, you know, experience with the whole representation, seeing myself on there.
Yeah.
But off of representation, let's get a little serious, have a real discussion here, okay? because there has been a severe lack of accurate Black representation, accurate Black queer representation on all kinds of media. Okay. I remember going back to like watching In Living Color, way back in the 90s when they had like Marlon, there's a Damon Wayans or one of the Wayans brothers was like the movie he was like, hated it, and I was like, it was hilarious. And I'm like, this is so problematic. This is your caricature of queer people, the caricature of queer Black people. And like, you see these movies, you see like that gay sassy Black dude who's like, I was like, "Ooh, girl." It's like, okay, yes, some of us are like, but not all of us are like that. And so we're out to the world, and people are like, "Oh, I'm gay." They're like, "Oh, well, you're not." And he's like, "Are you sure? Because you're not." It's like, and I was like, not all of us like that, first of all, and that's really shitty that you even say that. So like, work, but like, we're here. So I want to know what are your guys' thoughts and what you would like to, see further out, of the representation of Black and queer people in all kinds of entertainment and media. Whoever wants to go first, you can go ahead and raise your hand. Go first.
I would like to go just really quick.
Perfect. You got a reaction, so I'm ready.
The thing about Black queer, I'm gonna speak for Black queer men really quick. The thing that I want to see for Black queer men is just like them falling in love with somebody that's not Caucasian, because I feel like every single time there's a Black queer, besides Moonlight, whenever there's like a Black queer character, he's always chasing after a white man. And I'm like, there's so many other ways to have an interracial relationship if you're going to do that. There's Latin men, there's Asian men, there's South Asian men, there's Middle Eastern men, there's all kinds of men. And it's just like the fact that it's indigenous men, but like they always end up doing Black and white. And I'm just like sick of the representation being like Black men seeking white men all the time, just because like I'm tired of the stereotypes. I'm tired of like the idea that gayness is always something with white, because even with like that Love Victor show that came out about, it's like, oh my god, there's a Latino gay boy as the main character, but he was like actively pursuing white men all the whole show. And it's just like why do we always have to do like, if we're every time we're like, oh, we get one step forward because they're like, oh yeah, it's a person of color, but then we take one step back because they're with somebody white. So it's like, is it even like a person of color story if like they're always around surrounded by white people and they're not surrounded by anybody that's like them or any other kind of race? And so that's one thing I want to see represented more, is that just like people of color, especially Black people, being with other people like them, kind of like Moonlight and other shows. If you guys know any other movies that are like people at Moonlight and Noah's Ark and stuff like that.
I was love Noah's Ark.
I want to see more stuff like that. Oh yeah, no, I know Noah's Ark. I was just forgetting about it for a second. I had to recollect my thoughts.
Noah's Ark is like the messiest like Black gay drama I've ever seen. I was living for every
Those are my daytime stories.
It's so good. I was like,
literally
messy, but I was like, I live. Anyone else want to jump in here and chime in here?
I mean, I was literally going to say, go ahead. You go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, it's kind of interesting that you mentioned it, because it's always like that thing trying to say like, we're going to take this a step further, showing a Black queer person, but we cannot show that there is more than that. Like there is more Black people being queer, because it's like, yeah, there is just one. So it's like showing that two Black men being in love, it's like such a, I don't know, such a sin that it's like, it's more accurate than it is Black men seeking for white men. Like that's, you don't see that much, because you kind of want to feel that representation in a way that it's like, it's okay for me to like Black men too, because they kind of want to show you this, like, you're gay, you're queer, you're Black, you should seek for white men, because that's what it's right, because you shouldn't be with another Black. Going I don't know, like she likes to shake her booty and stuff, and it's fine. Like I support all that, but it's like there are other parts of being a Black cisgender woman that like I'm queer. I want to see what another queer Black cisgender woman looks like, and there is like no representation at all. I would love to see something more like that, and like not to mention the Latino part, because that's like I feel in my case you never get to do both. Like you either I have the representation either of the Black or who knows how to do hair and stuff, and I'm like, we're tired of the stereotype.
Yeah.
Please come on.
Very.
I'm tired of the hood girl saying, "Why you so
Yeah.
tender-headed?" So like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Big.
Oh, meat or
Rathi, want to go? Oh,
Yeah.
Rathi, I'll go back to you. Then we'll go back to you.
I was gonna, not to distract, but like I was gonna go on the whole Noah arc. Like honestly, like that was, I adore that, messy in parts, but same time it was like relatable. Like it felt realistic in a lot of parts versus like what we get in some other media. Whereas like Aphasia said, like in Living Color, like that's no, like it showed how problematic literally how the media is. And just to say, like one of the other characters I personally relate to is Lafayette. You may know the iconic, you may know the scene specifically, but I see myself in Lafayette because it's like I'm not gonna take this shit. I'm not gonna stand behind here and have these people talk this shit about me. You're gonna see me. We're gonna have this talk.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep moving. Tip you, waitress.
For those of you who don't know who Rathi is referencing, is Lafayette, who is a queer Black man in True Blood.
In True Blood.
First of all, if you haven't watched True Blood, you need to, because it is full of hot, sexy monster creatures and a lot of blood and a lot of nakedness. Okay, it is so hot, so sexy, so gory. And like if you play Dead by Daylight, watch this fucking shit. Like that. If you play
David name.
If you are look, Alcide, who bitch. Not talking being like being like whole white man's whore over here, but like Alcide is so hot. Anyways, let's anyway, Kenya, do you have anything? Want to like represent
I will say for the because Noah's arc was also like a huge impact where I actually did see the first bit of like queer representation and like queer Black representation that wasn't like a caricature or like to speak the gay Black best friend. Like it's strange to actually see how someone else perceives your that ethnic group like through their eyes. Like how does Hollywood see you? Like, you know what I mean? So, and then when people actually see this and watch it and take it as fact and then expect you to act this certain way, and when you don't, you're different, you're odd, you're not matching you're not checking the box they need you to check. And it's like, well, who told you I was this from the first place? Who told you I was this sassy diva cat? Yes, I may have a thick hips and a cinch waist and perky bosoms. That's just my fantasy. That's the fantasy I live. That's the fantasy I chose. I didn't live this fantasy for you to make you comfortable. I did it because I'm comfortable in my skin and where I am. So it's like watching it, and especially seeing the one of the I forget his name. It's he's like a muscular dude, and he was very promiscuous.
Jason?
Oh,
I think him. It might be it's either him, but he I remember the actor's name is Wilson Cruz. They were in a relationship with him.
Oh, you mean the other gay vampire, like the.
No, not in True Blood, girl. No, this is Noah's Ark.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it.
I went back to True Blood. I was like, what? No.
Wait. Was he doing a calendar shoot?
Oops. I go Google the calendar shoot.
We might have to do the calendar shoot. But it was like seeing him go through his struggles and his trial, not only trying to like. I felt like he was also trying to find his place where he was not only in the community as a queer person, but amongst his friend groups as a queer person. And I feel like that's a conversation that a lot of Black people don't go through, which is like a mental struggle within itself. which is kind of like for some reason looked down upon in the Black community, and I don't know why.
Oh, I'm going to talk about that in a second.
Yeah, I feel like we need to talk more
Yeah.
about mental health in the Black community.
Yes.
Flower.
Just kind of piggyback off of her about I feel like there's a huge lack of queer women shown in media show wise, and show and movie wise, and it's just so frustrating because like growing up, me being bisexual, like I just want to be represented more, and I don't want it to always be what do I want to say? I don't know. I just want to see someone like me, and it's just really frustrating that it's like always like the Black woman is always with somebody who is straight or white even, and it's like I just want someone to look like me. And
I stare at Rent and how they had the one Black woman there with a white woman who was promiscuous and possibly cheating on her. Whatever.
Yeah. So I guess that's yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the only time they kind of did it right was have you seen Sense8?
Yes.
The girlfriend Sensei, there was like a Black queer, but still, yeah, she was like still with a white woman. It's like, it's fine, but it's just like, but that girl, she was like, I would say like the smallest representation of like a Black woman being queer. And I was like, that's why she's my queen. And I love her.
I love it. If you guys have not seen Sense8, first of all, it's one of the gayest TV shows I have ever seen. Season 1, episode 6, I believe, is the episode where I had to stop watching for about 20 minutes and go take care of some stuff. If you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know.
You know.
Like, look, you know. Okay? But it's such a great show, filled with amazing people, and it's like it's so hot, so sexy, and so good. It's only has 3 seasons, 2 seasons of the movie, so like go watch it. Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say the other thing about like to piggyback off of her and Flower is whenever there is like a Black woman whose sexuality is never like explicitly stated, she's always like, obviously her sexuality is never explicitly stated, but she's always like a little bit more masculine presenting or something like that. She's never shown with a man or a woman. They're like, oh, that's just whatever her name, that's just Deidre. Like you don't know who she's interested in, but she's always like maybe like a leather jacket type of gal, you know what I mean? It's always like kind of like how if you guys have ever seen Death Proof, the Black lady in Death Proof, but like that's how they're presented. But I think she stated that she liked boys, but like that's how they kind of
who is ironically also in
Rent,
what I was talking about. So
they always act like her, but like, you know, that's why I was like, ooh.
Yes, and like I know you play Apex, and I was like, oh, Bangalore,
yes,
Bangalore. We all know Bangalore is a badass military lesbian, but they haven't said it, and like she has a thing for Loba, but like I'd rather her get with Loba than anyone else in that whole cast. So like,
I mean,
Loba thick.
She is. I mean, I wouldn't be too mad about like, you know, a Bangalore and some Lifeline going on, you know, some AJ Shane.
Oh my god, that'd be so hot. Oh my god. The fantasies in my head, the fan art. I already see the fan art now. It's amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Anyone else have anything else to say about this before we move on? Any like more final thoughts? No? Okay, work. Okay, so great. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we know, and the whole world knows, that sitcoms and like laugh track shows are like the thing to watch in the US since forever. Like if you're watching WandaVision, you can clearly see sitcoms in America have been going on for decades. And it wasn't until I think like the late 80s, early 90s, where we started getting more Black people of color in general, being represented in these shows. So I want to know, what is one of your favorite like sitcoms or like scripted TV shows like that you watched growing up that you like go back to and watch all the time? You want to go, Rothy? It sounds like you want to.
I was good. So ironically, but when you said growing up, I was like, oh, but growing up, Parker's, Jamie Foxx show, those two honestly like to stand out, and In Living Color, straight up. But if I was to be more recent, but since you said younger, I would definitely have to say Issa Rae been doing the damn thing with ABG and Insecure, and I saw her when she started ABG, and honestly,
me too.
Although it still weirds me out when Issa is referring to Issa as playing Issa as Issa. Still confuses me.
She loves to be so meta, and I was like, "Bitch, stop being so smart. You gotta tone that shit down a little bit."
She kills it.
She's killing the game. She had that she's in the movie on Netflix with her and Kumail Nanjiani. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Date Night or something like that.
Yeah.
And like those two are a couple, and I was like, yes, a black woman with a man of color who is not Latino. He is Indian, and I was like, we don't see this at all either, and he is so fine. Okay, if anyone here is excited for the Eternals movie, and it's you saw him get all buff and jacked up, I said, my ass is in the seat. Like, I'm going to movie for you. Word.
I run out the theater, girl.
But yes, I love anything Issa Rae. I need to catch up on the Insecure. The last season just happened because I fell behind because I started doing Twitch, so like work high.
Me and my friend literally been catching up on it. Like he's like, let's watch it. And it's like I would do every 2 episodes every here and there, and then I was like, okay, let's just watch that. Sit down and watch this.
Binge it, yes.
Yeah.
Ken, you had something? Yeah, and you had your hand up.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the shows I watched a lot growing up was Family Matters.
Yeah,
I loved watching Family Matters because it was basically like, to me, it was the black version of Full House. And I was like, I'm fully here for this. This is everything I need. The fact that it was the nerdy neighbor that always came over was just a complete nuisance to the entire family and just always came up with these out of nowhere inventions. One episode he's hot, the next episode he's not. I'm like, somebody make a decision. Like literally seeing that and growing up watching That's So Raven as well on Disney Channel, I fully was like living my fantasy. I got everything I needed from those 2 shows.
So good. I love Family Matters. I recently watched like half the season with my mom during quarantine, and I was like, does this show still hold up? And it did, but also the exact moment you see that the younger sister disappear forever, you're like, where did she go? They never talk about her ever again, and that's kind of sad. I do think one of my first, like, I didn't even realize at the time, but I guess watching the show I realized that Eddie was like one of my first like early TV crushes. I loved him. He was so cute. He was so stupid. I think my love of himbos came from him. So like, is Eddie Winslow. Anyway, let me not.
Oh my god!
I gotta take a break after this panel's done to go. Powder my nose. So, it's too early in the morning for all this talk. Anyway, anyone else want to share their favorite TV shows, sitcoms growing up?
So growing up, in my family with my brother and my mom, Fresh Prince was on 25/8. And and my mom also really liked to watch Girlfriends a lot. So
that was
Tracy
Ellis Ross.
Her hair products, chef's kiss. But so that was pretty much like my household. We stayed. It was on all the time.
I love Girlfriends. Girlfriends is on Netflix now, right?
I think so.
All of the shows we're talking about, people, you can find on the internet on either Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, HBO Max, whatever. If we're talking about these shows, Google it.
Paramount Plus. You can put All Stars.
Yes, ma'am.
Bitch, if you gotta fucking pirate the shit at the end of the day, okay. I mean, I'm not saying do it, but if you were to, do it for these shows.
No, yeah.
I'm not, not saying to do it because
just do it for the culture.
Do it for the culture.
Yeah.
Do it for the vibe.
Don't do it.
Do it for the vibe. I do want to talk about being black on social media a little later on because that is a hot button issue as well as we know all these TikTok bullshit going on for the past.
Shut up.
But I know her. You have a totally different experience
Yeah.
living in
Oh,
Colombia. So I am so intrigued to hear what your take on this topic is.
Well, sitcoms are like an American thing, I would say, because I don't think I heard of any other like country doing sitcoms. In Latin America, we do telenovelas or
Yes.
like soap operas. But still, we don't get black representation in telenovelas because being black here, it's not in a way that it's like a weird thing, but it's also most of the people that are represented are from the big cities, like the capital of Colombia or Medellin, which is where I'm from. But they don't expect black people being from these places. So they're always like white people or like white passing Latinos being represented in telenovelas. So for me, I didn't grow up with any sitcom. Like I remember my mom at some point when we were able to afford some international TV, she would watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I don't remember like me watching it there because I didn't like I wasn't invested in the time. And for me, it wasn't when I was younger or being in Colombia is not a thing for you to like, I'm different because I'm black. Because
Mhm.
in a way, everyone in Latin America is so different. Like my grandma and my grandparents, they are indigenous. So basically for me, I'm like a mixed race of black people in the indigenous culture. So I didn't feel like I need to watch these shows to be educated about the black part of me because I didn't feel like it's such a big deal to be black here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like sitcoms or I would say telenovela that I would watch when I was younger, it was Ugly Betty because the original one it's
The
from Colombia.
original, yes.
Exactly. So the original one is from Colombia, and I will like I still even up today you can go to Netflix Colombia and it's like number one most watched telenovela or like show because we love that show. And but what's funny is that you don't see a single black person in Ugly Betty, like the original version. I don't remember a single black person there. But still, to me, it wasn't necessary. I didn't feel like I need to be represented because it was something of me culturally. I'm Latino. So this is what being Latino is. As I mentioned before, being Afro Latina, you either get the black representation or the Latino, and you have to get used to it. Like you don't get both. So I was happy just watching Ugly Betty, the original version. Then I watched the American version. And I was like, nah,
Mm-mm.
nah.
I had also watched some of like that was like because my friend I told me was like, oh yeah, the original is from Colombia. I was like, oh, let's watch a couple episodes, and I was like with subtitles, and I was like, this shit slaps.
It's so
I was
good.
like, this is so
It's
good.
it's
And then like
so
I
good.
I do still love the US version because like I watched that when it came on the whole series. And I was like I was so invested in it and
Yeah.
like who was it who was oh my god
Vanessa Williams.
Vanessa Williams. I was gonna say Vivica Fox for some reason. Sorry, Vanessa Williams was so good. She's the reason why I watched the show.
Yeah.
Honestly, after a while, I was like, she was carrying the show on her amazingly glazed over shoulders. Okay, I love Vanessa Williams so much. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about Vanessa Williams later on today in the Soul Food panel. We're talking about the Soul Food movie, but that's a whole different story. But I love that you found something that feels good to you growing up.
Yeah.
It's like this is me. I see me. I'm gonna enjoy this, and then later on, in life, you're like, oh, there's other things out there in the world that are
Yeah.
representing who I am.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
the
that.
thing. Like you grew up and then you realize like, oh wait, there is such a thing as an Afro Latino. Like I didn't know that was actually a thing. That
Mhm.
was to me it was as I said, it's just I'm comfortable with just being represented one way or the other. And I was happy with that. So I watch a lot of telenovelas. Ugly
Mhm.
Betty was my favorite one, even though I wasn't like when it came out, I think I was super young. But then like they show that telenovela at least 3 times a year. Every like it's the most successful one in
Mhm.
Colombia, so they're always showing it on TV. So I always get to watch it, and
We,
you
we
should
we
watch
love
it too.
we love a good syndicated TV show that everyone in the country has seen. So like,
Yeah,
love
Period.
that.
yeah,
Voice Bites, did you have one that stuck out in your mind?
My Wife and Kids is probably my favorite one. I
yeah.
My Wife
Yes.
and Kids. I love Tisha Campbell. Tisha Campbell, right?
Tisha Campbell,
Yeah.
from Martin as well. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I love
Oh
you.
my god.
Stunning. I love Tisha Campbell. Even though like she came out a couple years ago with that song she's on like Good Morning America.
Yeah.
Oh my god. If you have not seen that video, when you get the chance, go Tisha Campbell live singing Good Morning. I think it was like Good Morning America or something like that.
It was like a news
And
or something.
it was a hot, beautiful mess.
I'm so sorry to that man.
Oh my god. I was like, oh, she is not, girl, you cannot do us like this.
But when she did she did the opening with the other girl from Martin as well.
Arnold?
I think
Yes.
for the Soul Train Awards, I believe, where they had the oh my god, I can't remember her name. Is it Rodriguez? Something right from Pose.
MJ.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
MJ Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
They did like a whole opening number with her in it, and they did some voguing and everything. It was cute.
Yeah,
It was
Vogue was on point then.
Take that number up.
Because if anyone's seen Little Shop of Horrors, those two are singing all the songs.
8.
Okay.
8.
So like, Little Shop of Horrors is one of my favorite musicals, stage and movie. Okay, it is so fun. I wanted to be Audrey too growing up because she was that bitch.
You cannot tell me Audrey too was not a black woman.
Oh, that was a full-on black drag queen. She's like, feed Miss Seymour. I was like, I was like, whose mother is in this body real quick? Because she said, no, you ain't going nowhere. And I said, yes. That's my mom yelling at me. She's like, you ain't get your ass over here.
Now that's black. That's something that's not black that feels.
Exactly. Yes. Perfect. I guess I haven't talked about really the past question too, but like for me, my favorite sitcom show, oh God, I have so many. But like growing up, I watched a lot of Fresh Prince.
Mhm.
When I say I watched it, me and my family watched it when it was live on TV. Like we would get together, watch it on, was like NBC or it was NBC, watch it. I think it was like on Fridays or something like that. Get together, watch it. It was like, this is it. This is who I am. You know, like all that. And then all that, first of all, as well.
All that.
Okay.
All that.
All that was literally a game changer in children's comedy. Okay, it was the SNL for kids. They had the very first episode had TLC on it, and they did the theme song. Like iconic show, and they had so many black kids on there who carried the show. Okay, like Kenan Thompson, Kel. I can't. It's everything. So, like, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have we seen the show Taina since we're talking about Nickelodeon?
Taina.
They had 3 on there, and Keely Williams was also my bitch. I don't care what y'all have to say. Keely Williams is my bitch. So when she was on Taina, I was like, not Taina and Keely Williams. I was like,
Taina was the OG Latin pop star hustler in the US. She was doing the damn thing. And like it was so great. Like my mom's side of the family is from New York. And so like to see her in New York and do all this stuff, and I used to go visit my family as a kid, I was like, oh my god, I'm like Taina singing all Times Square. Yes, I'm a star. Like my like non-knowing what I was gay ass back then was like, yes, Taina. But like here I am now. I'm still Taina, but like, you know, just through the internet. Yes, just to Vegas and through the internet. So like,
period.
It's too hot to go out and strip. Yes, Moesha. You know what I've noticed is that like we sing the theme songs for these shows because they are iconic. Like they are so well done. That's like the theme song. Like everything is so good. Even like the ones that don't have music, like have words like Keen and Kel. It's like here it goes. Like that right there. It's like so iconic. Their cold openings and the little synopsis of the show is so good. Like all these shows in the early mid 90s with like Black kids representing themselves is just
Mhm.
like so good. And like I know growing up, I used to watch like older shows. I used to watch like The Jeffersons and like Good Times with my dad, like during the day when I was like at like home from school because I was sick or something like that. And like I used to watch all of that stuff. I was like, I don't get the references because I wasn't from that time. But like I know that these Black people are having the time of their lives. So like work, yeah, Rafi?
I mean, going off of Good Times, literally, like with Gloria, like as I got older, relatable.
Look, I love these shows. I'm gonna go back and watch these shows again.
Literally.
One more
They're so
show,
good.
if I can.
Go
Have you
ahead.
guys
Yeah.
seen Gullah Gullah Island?
Yes!
Oh my God.
It's
Oh
a
my
wrap!
goodness.
Iconic children's television.
I,
I
Mhm.
totally forgot about Gullah Gullah Island.
girl,
Holy shit.
I was in love with
Binya
that
Binya
girl.
Polywog was everything.
Binga Binga?
Oh my
Binya Binya Polywog. Like he was iconic. I love him. That big yellow bitch. I can't.
That's my next track number, bitch. Gullah Gullah Island.
Bitch, if I could look together, I will definitely do a Biggie Biggie Polywog for Gullah Gullah Island. Look.
Oh
I'll
my
paint
God.
myself yellow with these big ass eyes, just hop around my house and like an idiot. Oh my god, it's so good. And then okay, going back to the whole of those things, like it's not Black, but it feels like it. Face on Nick Jr. That motherfucker. I was like, oh, Face is it. Face was epic. If you know who Face was, he came in between the shows. The whole screen was just his face. He's one giant color. He would make all these crazy noises and like it. Look, I'm maybe aging myself here. If you don't know, you don't know. That's fine. But if you know,
Aging
who
all of
Face
us.
is. Look, anyway. Let's move on before I keep showing my ass over here. Work. Okay, so I don't know about the rest of you, but I am a huge nerd. Okay, I love everything comic books, movies, superheroes, and of course video games because we're all on Twitch. We like to play
Yep.
games. So seeing Black representation in video games, comic books, and the like is so hard. Finding any person of color really in this form of media entertainment is so difficult to find, and when it's done right, it's done so right. So I want to know. It's kind of like a two-parter question. Where do you go? What is your favorite moment you were represented in a video game or some kind of comic book, or when you're like, this is how Black people should be portrayed in these things because we are here, we can do these things just as much as white people can. And then what would you like to see happen more in this area as well? Because then I watch a lot of anime as well. I'm talking about anime as well when I talk about myself. But who wants to go first? Her?
I can go first. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, the moment, it's very recent, but the moment that it changed my video game life, I would say, was when I played Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Because I was like, first of all, he's Black. Second of all, he's Latino. And I was like, that's it. That's all I need. And when he was speaking Spanish, I was just like, it's such a stupid thing, but I wanted to cry. I was just like, he said hi in Spanish. I want to cry. It's just like a single thing that many people, people have these stereotypes of how Latinos should look. Sofia Vergara looking, Shakira. But then when you're like, they always, or when I've been outside of Colombia, they're like, you're Latino? You're Black? But I didn't know there were Black people in Latin America. And you're like, yes, there are.
We're everywhere, bitch. We're international.
Deal with it.
Not by choice, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like I didn't ask to be Latina. So the thing is, when I saw Miles Morales, when I play it, and it was just such a medium thing, I would say, because that was like the moment that I finally had the both things that I am. So that to me changed like my whole world. And what I would like to see more, it's more of that. Like show me that there are so many people, like different races, different it's like you never seen a like Afro Japanese, Afro, Chinese person in anything. So it's like, but there it sits. So
Mhm.
it's something that to me, that video game changed everything. Like that was the moment that I say, finally, they got something right because they did it so right. Like the minimum things culturally. There is a moment where he's dancing salsa, and I was like, yes, because that's how we are as Latinos and that's how we are as Black people dancing on the streets. We make a party everywhere. So I lived with that moment, and I was like
Uh,
waiting for that question because
oh my god.
that was my moment for me. So yeah,
I played Miles Morales because okay, so Spider Man the on PS4
yeah,
last generation Spider Man was like one of my favorite games. It's like I would say top 5 games of literal all time. Okay, I love Spider Man so much. I always grew up loving Spider Man, and reading the comics, it was like, oh, the Spider Man universe. Here's this young Afro Latino Black kid
yeah,
who is the focus of he's this Spider-Man of this universe. And I was like, give Miles Morales is oh my god, he's everything. And then when they teased him in the game for the very first trailer, I cried a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, okay?
yeah,
When the trailer for the game came out last year, I was with my friend, we're hanging out, watching the state of play. He is Mexican, I'm black. We share the like our love of being a person of color and nerdy together. The trailer came out. I cried. He cried. It was great. He's one of my best friends, and he is straight, and he cried for this. And I was like, yes, I love this. And then when the game came out, and I was like, I'm going to stream this game. Moment one, if you were there watching me, when he walked out of the subway, I was crying. I was like, this is already too much for me. And then he was with his mom, and he was in the city. And I was like, this feels so real. And then I guess spoilers, whatever. But I have a clip. It's on my channel. I put it everywhere that I can. I found it by accident when you swing by the big Black Lives Matter mural,
yep.
and
That was everything.
if you were once again, if you were there, I sat there and cried. I took so many screenshots. I was like, this is I didn't know this was even in here. They put this in here, and it was like this big colorful mural of all these amazing Black children in like doing all these great things. And there's even a black kid in a wheelchair. It's like, yes, the representation is here, and I love that. Also, if you didn't know, Miles Morales is canonically bisexual, so
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
fam. So hi, what up? He's one of us.
Oh, you know.
I mean, the representation in that game was unbelievable. Like even the
Unbelievable.
part when he's like doing the sign language, I was like, what?
Oh,
He
I
can also
love
do
that.
like
Yes.
I gagged in that moment. It was so important. And
She is
then I
so
think
cute.
there is also like an Easter egg. There is a street called the Black Panther actor. I don't remember his name. But
Oh,
there is a
Chadwick
street.
Boseman.
Yeah, there is like a street in the game that you can find that is like it has its name just because they wanted
Mhm.
to put it there as a hint, and it's just the representation was done so right that
So
I could
good.
I could play that game like so many times
Yeah,
just to watch it again.
I want like my fourth playthrough on like privately
Yeah,
on honestly. I was like, this game is so perfect.
yeah,
Anyone else want to go next? I know Ken, you had your hand up. Yeah.
One moment for me, and because I'm more of the I guess you could say the RPG nerd aspect of like I love Pokemon. Pokemon is it for me. So
Mhm.
like I've been a huge fan of the franchise since it was released. Like I think it really came out in like '96. I was born in '95. I feel like when it came out, the first thing they put in my hand before a bottle was like a Game Boy Advance, and I was like, "Word bet." So like playing a game and then seeing it and then seeing in like how it develops and the graphics get better. Like of course the first I think the first time me seeing a person of color in the game was in black and white when they brought the normal type gym leader and she was like
She
this
was a
Lenora.
baddie.
I love Lenora. She was like this curvy thick woman and she wasn't how the media portrays a thick
Mhm.
curvy black woman. She wasn't
yeah,
sassy, she wasn't all this. She was an
Mhm.
archaeologist who just was educational as all hell. And I was like,
Yes.
here's a woman that in a sense looks like my mom. And I was like, oh shit, that like it hit me. And I was like,
Yes.
this is me in a game. This is something similar to me in a game. And then to later on now in this generation for the Sword and Shield to get Nessa, who is another person of color, and she's a model. and
she's
she's
a
a
model. She's a
businesswoman.
Linda Evangelista. She's
Like,
selling those tights
she's selling
herself.
those tights, like girl. She lived the fantasy. So to see that in that franchise, as well as to see them stand up with Black Lives Matter as well and make such a big statement saying that we support Black Lives Matter, we stand behind the message, and it really, like, even my roommate, when it happened, I literally went into my roommate's room and like cried because I was like, this is a franchise that I love and invested so much of my life into, and it just, to see them feel like they see me, truly, like, it hit me. Like I felt seen. I kind of felt I had what every kid wants, was to be seen by someone or something that, even though they don't know you exist, girl, hey, hi, how are you?
And to have it like a Japanese brand.
Yeah.
Who, like, I'm gonna talk about an anime in a hot second because I got some things to say about
I think
the
I know what you're talking about, ironically.
Okay, we got some things to talk about. But like, for the fact that Pokemon did that and gives us that set. Oh, and then how she had her hair laid, and then with the gym leader, she had her hair up naturally in a cute little afro bun. With
I loved it.
Her look is iconic. I love Lenora so much. I was like, who's she be?
The second I saw her, I was like, I don't want to fight her. I want to go out to eat with her.
Right? I'm actually real good. I do want to get your thoughts real quick because I know, in Sword and Shield, how you can pick your skin tone and your mother's skin tone matches yours as well, which is a humongous thing. When that happened, I actually cried. And I was like, oh my God, my mom looks like me. Like, this is crazy.
I know which one it is. There is one where you change your skin tone, but your mom is still white. I was like,
is it
okay.
Is it X and Y?
I think it is X and Y. Like, your mom is still white. And I was like, okay, so this is the story we tell. I don't mind
the
couple, but damn.
Yeah, I was like, well, where's the dad at? If I'm a deadbeat black dad, because I don't like that narrative anymore.
Exactly. I was like, what is happening in here? So, like, to be in the game, and then I'm brown, and my mom, even now, I think the brown that I chose, like the skin color I chose, my mom is a little bit darker, and I was like, I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it anyway. I was like, she looked work, mom. Because I know
dark and a little thicker.
Exactly. So I know Pokemon I'm thinking about yesterday. I'm super excited for Diamond and Pearl.
Oh my god!
I want Cynthia to destroy my team like I was when I was like 10 years old, but now I know better not to bring grass and water type to a steel type, endeavor with the dragons. Okay. So I'm fully intent on destroying her the first time, but that music is iconic. Cynthia is my favorite Pokemon character. I think.
I love her.
She's iconic. And I was like, oh, she got Lucario? Oh, she's here. She's like, oh, that's not my best one. Here's a fucking Garchomp back here.
Fully.
And I was like, well, I'm not prepared for a dragon, but like, here we go.
Here we are.
Anyway, so like, I just want to touch on that. Like, I know I'm excited for it, and
I'm fully excited.
I know it's what all the nerds have been wanting for years. So, work. Anyways, anyone else want to go? Their video game experiences, what they want to see.
I've literally been sitting here this entire time trying to think like, have I seen what games can I list that I feel like I see a lot of representation in, and I'm sitting here really racking my brain. And I'm like, I can't think of any. Only thing that comes to mind, kinda, and I feel like I might be missing it by a little bit, is Beyond Good and Evil, with the main character being Jade, which you can tell that she's not white. Which to me is actually one of my favorite games, because literally the story in a nutshell is a girl that's just trying to pay her bills because she's trying to take care of a whole bunch of orphans. Literally, they're orphans, and then she finds out there's a lot more stuff to it, and she's overthrowing the government. In a nutshell.
Very good game. Beyond Good and Evil. Please play.
I do recommend it, but like I'm really like trying to think like, what representation do I see outside of this one? And like I even like tried to see, do I, out of my game listing, I was about to go over here and look. I was like, I can't think of anything.
You can't think of anything. It's so hard.
I'm the same boat. I'm like, and I can think. Sorry, go ahead.
And then I'm like, okay, let me think about the anime, and it's like, and this is a little bit nerdy because like I actually do play TCGs. Like I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, play Magic the Gathering. Those are things I just used to do. I do. I'm not buying them anymore, but I still play.
Okay, well, we can talk.
Okay.
We can go play online at Arena. I play.
My Exalted is ready for you.
Oh, not that. Get out of here.
But like only thing that really like stuck out to me is Yu-Gi-Oh! With the arc with Merrick and Izishu and Odeon. Like that's the only portion that really stood out to me because like they're actually they're being presented as what they are, and it's not being whitewashed. It was like they're literally being their skin tones. So like that's where I can, in that sense, like I felt like okay, and I grew to actually like Merrick throughout the whole thing. Even though he was the antagonist, I grew to like him, and then like towards the ending, it's like I still like him.
Merrick is a cute little twink. We have to stand, you know. Whatever.
Right.
Like he's evil, or whatever, but like he kind of cute though.
I mean, he used a Millennium Rod.
Ooh, not the Millennium.
Not the Millennium Rod.
You're canceled. You're over. Flower, do you have anything you want to say?
It is very hard. I guess I am very much, my favorite game is The Last of Us, and when they had Left Behind, you got to play
Oh my god, yeah.
African American. I don't want to give any spoilers for people who haven't played, but they had African American people, but I wish that they would have had her as the main character, which in a way it felt like she was, but what kind of happened? But and then like even as far as Uncharted 2, because they Uncharted also, which is too. But when they had the two female roles, there was an African American character as well. So I don't know. It is very hard to pinpoint just one. So I feel like as a gaming industry, they need to portray people of color more as the lead characters and not the side or the side quests. So yeah.
Boy Spice, did you see anything? You said something, right? No, right?
No, not yet.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I also think I was Googling stuff and I like literally Googled like iconic Black characters in video games, and like 3 of them are from GTA, and I was like, that is not a good example.
Oh no.
Literally, if you Google iconic Black characters in video games, like 3 of them are from GTA, and I'm like, no, not where they're like robbing and selling drugs. But obviously, like the Marvel Avengers games have Black Panther, and all of them have Storm, because Storm was also an Avenger for a time. So I love that because Black Panther just means a lot to me as a Black man who is the king. And Storm means a lot to me because Storm was always like, regardless of what Cyclops was saying, I always felt like Storm was in charge of the team. I don't care what no one said. When I was watching X-Men, when I watched X-Men series, when I played X-Men Rise of Apocalypse, I was always like, whatever Storm is saying, that's what I...
Wait, listen. All I'm gonna say is when Rogue accidentally ended up touching Storm's hand and Rogue got Storm's powers, they all freaked out because they knew.
They knew. They were like, Omega level, bitch. We don't want that.
Okay,
they're like, bitch, you touched the 1 Omega level.
Let me tell you. Okay, I got into a heated Twitter, Instagram fight.
Tag me in it because I'll help.
It was a couple years ago. Okay, so you know that like Marvel like fight, like mobile fight game that they have, like the Strikers, whatever it's called, right?
Strike Force, I still play it.
Yes. So they have all the exactly. That's my problem. So I saw this little stats, and I was like, "Why is Storm so weak? She's literally an Omega level mutant." And this cis man,
always a cis man,
cis straight white man came into my comments like, "Well, Storm's not that strong," and I was like, "Honey." Like, let me tell you how strong Storm is, okay? Not only can she control the weather, she reads electromagnetic impulses in your own fucking body. So she's a master at hand-to-hand combat because she can read what you do before your body even does it. Also, she feels like she can just shock your heart to stop pumping. Bitch. Like,
also she can control some oxygen levels too, right?
Yes.
Especially if she's like in other like planets and stuff, she can still control that as well.
Still
So like
control
people
it.
underestimate what the weather means, bitch. Like the weather
Like-
isn't just I can make it rain.
Rain on me, rain.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wait, Kim-
That's why there's like a whole episode. There's like a whole episode where Magneto tries to fuck Storm up, and then she's like, "Bitch, your powers don't." He was like, "Your powers don't work on me, and your powers don't, and my powers don't work on you." But he was like, "Let me just smash her real quick," because he's like, "Oh wait," he's like, "Her powers cancel my powers out." He's like, "Let me here's a brick wall, bitch."
I don't get it. It's like Storm is one of the most. And also, whenever Storm was in charge of the X-Men, because Cyclops is a whole different issue that I got because Professor Xavier has gassed up this white man for his whole fucking life, so he has a complex to where he went basically evil, took half of the X-Men or mutants, whatever, went on the fucking moon, became a little crybaby piss bitch on the moon. So it's like, I'm the king of the Inhumans, bitch. Go the fuck away. You cannot control your fucking powers. Please have a seat. Have many seats. This whole arena is for you, sir.
You had to
Please
wear
go.
rose glasses.
This whole arena.
Okay. This is not for you. Okay,
Cyclops was like, "Have a seat right here."
right here. But like when Storm was in charge of the X-Men, she got shit done. She was concise. She knew what everyone could do properly. She's a queen of fucking Wakanda. Okay, the queen. She's a god.
She also has
Africa.
sorcerer lineage, so she also could do some magic too, bitch. So like she like, "Oh mama, if the thunder not working, bitch, here's a spell. Like, what do you want?" She's like, "What do you want?"
One of my favorite
part.
moments in like Storm's history was when her and Thor like went on a date, whatever, and they're
Yes,
flying
ma'am.
around, and then like Thor is all like, "Wow, your lightning is so much warmer and inviting than mine. Mine's cold and hard." And she's like, "Well, that's because like you are for the brute force and power behind it. Me, I'm here for the nature and how nature can heal and do things for you." And then they kiss, and I was like, and then later on in the spin-off comic, when the two worlds collide, she was a Thor, and I said, "This is all I needed in my life. Thank you. Goodbye." Also, Storm, all of her outfits are fucking iconic. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's be real. All these bitches want to look like Storm.
From the original X-Men to X-Men Evolution to Days of Future Past to like now, like even that really shitty wig that they gave Halle Berry, that little short bob, still iconic.
Yep.
Oh,
100%.
yeah.
I could talk about Storm forever.
That was
but,
long.
like,
Me too.
whatever. So what I've experienced, like video games wise, there was one game. So if you ever played the Mafia series, Mafia
Yeah.
3,
Yeah,
I
like
think you play a black man, like he's like half black, half white, right? Living in Louisiana or Mississippi, New Orleans. I think it's New Orleans. He lives in New Orleans during like the 40s and 50s. So like there's still racism, and he's like part of this mafia come back from the war, and you play this black man, and there's a point where you go fuck up some KKK members.
Yep.
Love that.
Iconic. Yes, you hold on. Mafia 3, you get to kill KKK members.
I mean,
Yes, bitch. Hold on, let me download it right now.
I'm about to say, where is this on Twitch?
It is
I gotta get my device. 1 second.
It is
Right,
so
what platform is this on? I was like,
It's
which
so
system?
much fun.
I'll
It's
buy
so-
all of them.
Right, I was like, can I buy on all the systems, please?
I mean, I think they announced like the Mafia remastered series is coming out soon, so like you get all three of them remastered, probably on Steam. Go ahead and just like play the game by yourself, and when you get to the KKK part, then go on stream and say, "We're gonna play this over and over again until I get bored."
Just play this one game.
This one section for 8 hours straight. How many ways can I kill these white people?
That.
Sorry, I don't want to get canceled, but you know what I mean.
Oh no, listen.
Right there, I was like, work. And then this new game coming out from Bethesda, Death Proof. If you haven't seen anything about it, it's like the two main characters is a black man and a black woman assassin who live in this weird island that you're stuck in a loop forever. So this guy's being like hunted by all his assassins on this island. She's like trying to take him out, but every time he dies or one of them die, they reset the loop. They're trying to break this loop, and if you see anything about it, it looks so good, so interesting. I'm so excited for this game, and it's like if you ever played, oh god, what is it called? Oh my god, Dishonored. If you ever played Dishonored, it's like that style. So you're like first person assassin jumping everywhere. It looks so good, and the two main characters are black people, and they are both super hot.
I'm gonna pre-order it.
Love it. Some things I've seen that I'm not happy about. I watch a lot of anime.
Are you gonna wait? Can I call out the anime first?
Oh, you can go ahead and call it out.
It's a DBZ.
Oh no.
It's of course DBZ.
Oh, of course.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say this. I didn't notice it till WB changed it, and then I was like, "Oh,
yeah, because he's
they
like
changed
purple or something now, right? He's another color.
they changed him blue."
Okay.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I didn't as a kid. I didn't realize and then it's like, oh,
Jinx as well.
We talk Jinx. Look, Jinx is a baddie. We all know it, but we all know. You know.
We know.
You know. Jinx is a caricature of black. It was supposed to be based off of black voodoo women in Africa.
Right.
Like with the long hair, the huge lips, and the ooh, we do magic shit. Like I love Jinx.
Like a human-like language and shit.
Right. Also, the fact that she's promiscuous and always likes to hug and kiss people doesn't really give me a really good feeling either. Smoochum is cute as fuck. Like I get Smoochum. Can we get an evolution for Jinx that doesn't make her look a caricature of a black woman or Nicki Minaj? Whatever.
Right. Fully Nicki vibes.
Yeah.
Fully Nicki vibes. Like now it's like
love Jinx.
Now it's like I love Jinx and people like, oh, like whatever said what drag queen's like, oh, I'm Jinx, and I was like, because you're black? Is that why you see Jinx? Because that's what it feels like.
Oh no.
Speaking of Jinx, can we talk about Jinx erasure? How in the Teen Titans the actual Jinx is black, but then they were like, let's just make her a skinny white girl. Yeah.
She is black and she is bald.
They're like, let's just give her hair, make her white, call it a day. And you guys got Bumblebee. You don't need anybody else. You got Bumblebee.
But no, in the show, they're looking like Jinx and Cyborg were gonna get together, and I was like, work. But now I'm like, oh, so we got the black one with the white girl again.
Yeah.
To calm it down. No, thank you. I do still stand Jinx in any of her forms though, but they do whitewash.
Oh yeah.
The hell out of her. But yeah, talking about the anime, Mr. Popo in Dragon Ball Z, racist as fuck. Okay, if anyone's seen Durarara, they have a Swedish sushi chef who is black, who has once again the giant fucking lips.
Yeah,
they always draw black people with these giant fish lips because we have larger lips because we're better at doing things with our mouths than most other people do. So seeing stuff like that, they're recently though, they've been getting really, really, really good. So I watch this is an anime. So if you like Cowboy Bebop at all, because it is a amazing show. You should watch Michiko and Hatchin. It is a show that's set in South America with Afro-Latina women being badasses. I'm talking about with Michiko and Hatchin. I will send it to you after this.
Please.
It is so good. It is actiony. They are sexy. It is so stylized, and they have their most of them have their natural hair.
Yeah,
I'm talking about curly hair. And there's one girl in there. She's biracial. She's lighter complexion because I think her dad is Latino. Her mom is black and Latino, so she has lighter features. Her hair is sort of lighter, almost blondie, dirty blondish, brown. But she has two huge curly afro puffs as hair. And I was like, this is everything I fucking needed in life. Watch the show. If you have not seen it, please go watch it. It is everything. I think it's one season. It's so good. Do you binge watch it? You're gonna do. We're fucking quarantine, bitch. You got shit to do. I know you don't. Okay. Fuck it. Put it on. Go ahead.
Sorry. Have you seen Finding Neverland?
Yes.
There is a black character. I don't remember her name.
Okay.
And they kind of did it right at some point, but there are some expressions where they go far beyond with the lips and with the features. They kind of she looks okay, she looks good, and the whole character is not about her being black or anything, but when it goes to her trying to express some emotions, it kind of makes it look like monstrous. So it's
Yes.
like, why? Because the other ones look evil and stuff, but like her features goes like too much. But I still love that character because she has her like her natural hair and she's curvy. And it's not about the fact they're not pointing like, oh my god, she's black. Look at her,
Yeah.
she's black. It's just like it's just another person in the show. And
Exactly.
I love it. I love that show, by the way.
I love it.
Season
If you
2.
haven't seen it, Promise Neverland, just watch the
It's
first
on my
episode.
watch list.
Watch the
I
first
watched-
episode, and bitch, you are.
Yes.
Rathi, have you seen it, Rathi?
I seen the first episode with my
Oh,
friend.
bitch! It is
It's so good.
It is a lot. It is.
I was wait.
I'm not gonna say
Just that
nothing.
look. It's just that. That's all I'm gonna
You have
say.
to watch it. You have to watch it.
Yes.
And then like watching things like Fire Force. I watched a little bit of Fire Force. The first season they have this stunning black woman named Princess Hibana. We don't know what Fire Force is, like these firemen have these crazy fantastical fire abilities. Princess Hibana is this curvaceous black woman, okay, who does not respect men at all. She thinks that men are things to be possessed.
Same.
As they are.
When she walks, she steps on men. When she sits on chairs made out of men, and it is so great. It's so amazing. Like she's amazing. She has these amazing fire powers, and then like I just love her so much. And then have a second character, and another black character in the second season, who was like one of the strongest characters in the whole entire show. And he's a young kid. He's learning, and I was like, yes, give all the power to the young black kid. I absolutely love this. This is stunning, amazing. Oh my god, I love it. I can talk about anime forever. If you need any anime suggestions, let me know. I have plenty to talk about. Rocky, you have something?
I'm like, I want to say, but like, I don't know if it's right. But like, one I do feel that they got kind of right, if not on the mark.
Mhm.
Bleach kind of got it right with Yororichi, and I forgot the other one's name. But he has a visor over his eyes.
Oh, the blind
They
guy.
It's like I feel like they got those two right.
They look so good.
And
Yeah,
Yororichi's my favorite.
Yororichi's
by far.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, could they technically classify this? Well, this show is not necessarily the best to watch for representation, but they still classify. How am I blanking on the name? Riley and Huey.
Oh, the Boondocks.
Boondocks.
They classify that as an anime, but also Canary from Hunter.
Hunter. I was gonna say Canary.
Canary's not a bitch. Rihanna cosplayed as Canary.
Rihanna cosplays Canary. Oh my god.
How dare Rihanna be so beautiful, so talented, and also like anime. And then Afro Samurai, as well as Cowboy Bebop, has some great, black representation in anime.
Mhm.
So good. I love it. All right, so we have like 10 minutes left. So is there anything else you guys want to talk about? What things you want to see in the world? Things people need to go watch, go play, go read? Rathi, go ahead.
I guess, and I'll keep it short. In the nerd community, I want to see more inclusion.
Mhm.
Like this includes like just trying to associate with others, just have a conversation with others. Because right now, I feel like in the nerd community, be it anime, TCG, whatever, it's just I don't feel welcome.
No.
There are some portion I do feel, but then other times like I feel less welcome than others do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it's like I play a lot of Magic the Gathering as well. Before the pandemic, I used to go to the card shops and things like that, and like the cis white men behind the counter would be like, "Oh, do you know what you're talking about?" I was like, "Bitch, I did my research before coming in here. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Give me this card. I know how much it costs. Don't try to do this to me." But like, I hate that it's so like gatekeepy
Mhm.
for anyone of color.
Yeah.
And whenever like when Thor first came out and Idris Elba was Heimdall, people were like he can't be here. He's black, and I was like, you saying that black people don't go to Asgard if they're warriors true of heart? Like, what are you saying here?
Are you saying black people didn't exist back then?
Mhm.
Are you saying we did? Because we do. We've always been here. You've always taken stuff from us. You've always duplicated our style, our music, how we say, what we dress. Which I wanted to get to the social media real quick about how black content creators set these trends on TikTok with all these dances, and yet little Becky
Sue.
okay,
Look at
over
her.
here is trying to do Doja Cat Say So, looking like a fucking robot, bitch. I'm just like, what are you doing?
And then suddenly viral.
And then it goes viral, and then this little bitch gets invited to go do this for some national basketball team and does not get credited.
Well, the reason why it goes viral is because when it is created by us, we got too much season and flavor and all that added to it, and they gotta kind of wash that off so that the other girls can get it. Because some of them ain't, we can do all the stuff with the rhythm and everything and make it pop and make it our own. Whereas Becky Sue, she got the rhythm as two sticks in the wind, just too much. So she gotta wash it down and bring it down from a bit.
Exactly.
And that's what goes viral.
Look, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, salt and pepper are not seasonings; they are a mandatory ingredient.
Flavor enhancer.
And
pepper is not spicy. You're just stupid.
And I just find it so distasteful about like the shadow banning of POC content creators because that's just just ridiculous. But like I feel like when they had the whole blackout, it really made an impact and it really woke them up and they were like, oh, hold on, like we can't be having this now. But it's like it's sad that we even have to do things like that. And then I was gonna like piggyback off of the what did we like to see change in the with the video games? I know we all like Dead by Daylight here.
Say it.
Please say it. Please say
Blackface Bubba, excuse me.
Gotta go.
And for everybody out there that's saying, oh, well, if we didn't include her, you'd be upset. Nobody would be upset. I promise you.
Nope.
We would not be upset.
And that is Yellowface, and I'm not here for it. To get it all out of there. I don't care if it's a part of his backstory. And
that's the thing. It's not part of his story. Like in Baba's, like in the movies, it doesn't say he wears every skin of the person he kills. Exactly. So there is no reason for him to be wearing a black face. Like, no. He only wears the skin that we always see. And it's like, there is no reason for it to be there. The funny thing is that when I go to my Dead by Daylight thing and I like try to see the skins, it doesn't show available for me. So I don't know if they're changing something. Or like maybe her. Yeah.
I can tell you. So it's actually something you earn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the what makes it
like
worse.
25
times. Yep, 25 times.
You have to actively go after Claudette to kill her.
25 times.
No.
Leatherface.
What was that?
So you gotta earn the black girl.
That's why I always get bundled because I always play as Claudette, and I'm always like, why are they?
You have to earn the blackface.
That's gross.
To kill the black girl 25 times.
Beat this man and deliberately chase a black woman in the woods, kill her and steal her face.
This hillbilly inbred motherfucker over here trying to kill me. Oh no! If you play with me in Dead by Daylight, if I see a blackface Bubba, I am DCing immediately. I'm getting out. And after getting chat, I will let you know why I'm DCing because you are a racist piece of shit. And if I'm playing,
and they know they're racist.
I will never play with you ever again. In the end, like I'm not doing it. I made a Twitter post piggybacking off of Joystick's post, okay, talking about this blackface, and then I had white men coming in my Twitter saying pissed me off the most was a black man coming in here saying, I don't see a problem with it. I'm like, if you don't see a problem with it, you are part of the problem. Get that whack shit out of here. Go back, watch what you gotta fucking watch, okay? Educate yourself, because this is not point blank period at the end. I hate seeing it. We need to get out of here. And I don't know about you guys, with this whole recent patch has been really shitty most of the time. I've been enjoying my time not playing Dead by Daylight. I've not been stressed. I want to be a bitch. I'm playing Apex every fucking day, and I'm getting judged. I love it. The other boys play. Sometimes I fucking love Apex.
Apex is so fun.
Right. I might just get into it.
If I could get away being an Apex streamer, I think I would.
I need to learn how to play it better.
I will fully help all of y'all. Mama is platinum ranked. I got you. She's platinum over here.
We're just about out of time. So one more time, let's go around. say who we are, where we can find you, and then we'll wrap it up and send it over to the next one. So go ahead, Boy Spice. Want to take it first?
Boy Spice on Twitch and Boy Spice Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find me at those locations, mama. And I'm Male Spice on Instagram as well for my drag account.
Word. Flower.
I'm Call the Flower. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all the above. And yeah.
Perfect. Her.
Well, you can find me as her_Mafrodita in all the social media. So that's easy. It's Mafrodita, by the way. Everyone says hermaphrodite, and I'm like,
Her or Mafrodita.
Mafrodita is the part of the Latino, the Spanish part. Her Mafrodita. Okay?
Yeah.
Word.
Got it? Got it memorized? Word.
Yeah.
Kenya.
Me.
Yes.
So you can find me at Kenya Moanhart on Twitch. You can also find me Kenya Moanhart on Instagram and TikTok. You can also find me on Twitter as Brown Sugar Booger. You can also find me on Christian Mingle in BlackPeopleMeet.com.
Period. Farmers only, mama. Farmers only.
Farmers only.
You don't have to be lonely at Farmers Only.
Period.
Period.
But you can plow this pussy anytime. I'm kidding. Go ahead. I'll go. I'll leave.
So you could find me here on Twitch at Roth the Young Fang, just has it spelled down below on my name. I am also on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter is Rothy2, the number 2, and my Instagram is Rothy.
Perfect.
Yep.
And
they're all also located in my Twitch as well.
I'm gonna just say as well, as London say yesterday, Black Lives Matter panel, Rothy is the one I see the most posting about a trans tag on Twitch. If you have not said anything about it, wanting a trans tag, if you don't, just do it. Okay, we need to have our trans siblings be seen, heard, because it's so hard to find. It's so hard to find them. They can't find each other. Like for this, we had the hardest time finding other trans people that wanted to do this con with us. So that's all we needed. We need to find it.
Tell us how to go about that really quick?
Oh yes. So pretty much in my chat, at least I know anyone else's chat, there's a petition you can sign to just go ahead and say I support this, leave a little comment, upvote it. I think it's the most upvoted thing Twitch has
in
ever
the town
seen.
hall.
Yeah.
In the town hall, and they gave us some bullshit answer walking around. It's like, oh, we want you for your safety. Fuck my safety. Give us this, and then we'll shut the fuck up.
I still get harassed even if we didn't have it.
Yeah.
Times I've been called all out of my name since I started streaming is a whole different story. But like, we'll talk about that the next time.
Right.
And as for myself, I'm Aphasia. Aphasia Speaks on Twitch. Find me on here 3 days a week, most likely on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I play a lot of Apex, Dead by Daylight. I'm trying to branch out and play some more other things. I love everyone coming to my community. I am so much fun. I think I'm fun as I'm bragging about myself.
Oh, you are.
I love to play games with everybody. So if you want to hang out, kiki one night, send me a message. I'm like, I got fucking room. I'm